The rain hammered against the hull of Oliver's salvage ship like bullets from a railgun. He'd been stranded on Kepler 442b for 3 weeks now, his quantum drive fried beyond repair, waiting for a supply freighter that might never come. The planet was beautiful in a hostile way. Violet forests that glowed at night, crystalline mountains that sang in the wind, and storms that could strip paint from Durasteel. Oliver was checking his water reclamation system when he heard the sound. A soft whimper almost lost beneath the roar of thunder. He grabbed his plasma torch and stepped outside the airlock, rain immediately soaking through his jacket. That's when he saw her. She was curled beneath the landing strut of his ship, and Oliver's breath caught. She was humanoid, but unmistakably alien. Russet fur covered her body, pointed ears twitched atop her head, and multiple tails fanned around her like a protective cocoon. Her species were called the Volpari, fox people from the Andromeda sector. But what struck Oliver wasn't her appearance, it was the gash across her side, dark blood mixing with rainwater. "Hey," Oliver said softly, approaching slowly. "You're hurt." The Volpari woman's eyes snapped open, golden with vertical pupils that fixed on him with animal wariness. She bared her teeth, a hiss escaping her throat. "I'm not going to hurt you." Oliver raised his hands. "But you'll die out here if you don't let me help." For a long moment they stared at each other. Then her eyes rolled back and she collapsed. Oliver caught her before she hit the ground. She weighed almost nothing despite being nearly his height. He carried her inside, his mind racing. The Volpari were supposed to be extinct, wiped out by the Crexian horde 15 years ago in a genocide that had shocked the galaxy. Yet here she was, bleeding and alone on a forgotten planet at the edge of known space. He laid her on his bunk and grabbed his medical kit. The wound was deep, likely from a plasma weapon. As Oliver cleaned and sealed it with biogel, the Volpari woman stirred, her eyes fluttering open. "Easy," Oliver said. "You're safe now." She tried to sit up, but Oliver gently pressed her shoulder. "Rest, you've lost a lot of blood." "Why?" Her voice was hoarse, accented in a way that suggested she hadn't spoken human standard in years. "Why help me?" Oliver met her golden eyes. "Because you needed it." "That's enough." Over the next few days, Oliver learned her name was Anna. She was cautious at first, watching him with those predator eyes, tensing whenever he came near. But slowly she began to relax. Oliver shared his rations, protein bars and recycled water, and Anna ate like someone who hadn't had a proper meal in months. "I've been running for 5 years, Anna told him one night as they sat together, watching the bioluminescent forest through the viewport. "I escaped Crexia 9 when I was 17. I've been moving from planet to planet ever since, always hiding." "You don't have to hide here," Oliver said. Anna's laugh was bitter. "Everywhere is dangerous for my kind. The Crexians want us extinct. Most other species don't care enough to intervene." "I care," Oliver said simply. Anna looked at him then, really looked at him, at this human who'd taken her in without hesitation, who shared his food and his shelter without asking for anything in return. In Volpari culture, such generosity created a debt that could never be fully repaid. But it was more than that. This human, Oliver, treated her like a person, not a curiosity or a threat. The weeks passed. Oliver's rescue ship still hadn't come, but he found he didn't mind as much anymore. Anna helped him repair what she could with salvaged parts from the forest. She was brilliant with technology, her nimble fingers solving problems that had stumped him for days. But more than that, they talked about everything and nothing. Anna told him about Volpari music, how they sang in harmonics that could shatter glass. Oliver told her about Earth, about oceans and forests that didn't glow, about a sky that was blue instead of purple. One evening, Anna caught Oliver staring at his empty water recycler with concern. She knew his supplies were running low, lower than he'd admitted. "You've been giving me larger portions," Anna said quietly. Oliver shrugged. "You needed it more. You're down to emergency rations." It wasn't a question. "I'll manage." Anna's tails bristled with emotion she couldn't name. "Why, I'm nothing to you. A stranger. An alien." Oliver turned to face her fully. "You're not nothing, Anna. You're brave and kind and brilliant and—" He hesitated. "You're my friend." The word struck Anna like a physical blow. In all her years of running, hiding, surviving, no one had called her friend. No one had risked anything for her. But this human, this impossible human, had given her shelter and food and safety, asking nothing in return. That night, as Anna lay in the bunk Oliver had insisted she keep while he slept in the pilot's chair, she realized the truth. It wasn't gratitude she felt. It wasn't debt or obligation. It was something far more dangerous. She was falling in love with him. It terrified her. Love made you vulnerable. Love was a luxury for people who weren't being hunted across the galaxy. But her hearts, both of them, raced whenever Oliver smiled at her. Her fur bristled with electricity when he accidentally brushed against her. She found herself watching him work, memorizing the way he hummed old Earth songs under his breath. Anna had lost everything: her family, her world, her people. But here in this broken ship on a forgotten planet, with a human who'd offered her shelter without a second thought, she'd found something she thought was gone forever. Hope. The rescue ship arrived 3 days later. As they prepared to leave, Oliver turned to Anna. "Come with me," he said. "Earth has asylum laws. You'll be safe." Anna's golden eyes shimmered. "You would do that? Take me to your homeworld?" "Of course," Oliver said, as if it were the simplest thing in the galaxy. "I told you. You don't have to run anymore." Anna stepped closer, her tails curling around them both in a gesture of Volpari affection. "Oliver Chen, you offered me shelter from a storm. But you gave me so much more." Oliver smiled, understanding dawning in his eyes. "Yeah? Yeah," Anna whispered, and for the first time in 5 years she allowed herself to believe in tomorrow.